Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm not sure whether anyone else watches the Great British Bake Off. I'm assuming there'll be plenty of people who do. But last time I was watching the last season where they made these gelatin cakes, and I really wanted to try it at the time, and I just never got round to it. So today I thought I would give it a go. Now I'm not the best cook in the world, I'm not the best baker in the world. It's just slop! But that shouldn't stop you trying things. And I'm gonna follow all the instructions, and hopefully if I do that, nothing can possibly go wrong. This should go very well. I hope it does. Okay, so I'm getting all my instructions from a website called gelatinartmarket.com. So if this all goes wrong, we know who to blame. We do not blame me. I'm also going to be doubling the recipe just so I know that I've got enough, because I want to make quite a few of these little cake things. I will also say that making these, looking at the instructions, it's going to take so long to do. But I'm going to put the effort in. You know, I'm not going to skip things. I'm not going to cut corners. I'm going to do everything properly, so no one can whinge at us at all. I hope not anyway. I'm sure someone will find something to whinge at us for. Okay, so my first step is to soak the gelatin in some water, and that's called letting it bloom. That's what the website says anyway. Obviously I've doubled the recipe, so I'm mixing 2 cups of cold water. So I'll put that in here. And then I need 60 grams of gelatin powder. See, I've got scales, I'm measuring things. I hope everyone is proud of us. I forgot to bring an extra bowl, so I'm just gonna use one of these. There we go, 60 grams. Right, and that goes into, I'm just double checking before I do something wrong. This goes into here, doesn't it? Obviously, looking at mine, it's brown. I don't think it matters that it is brown, the gelatin. I think the gelatin eventually goes transparent, because in their pictures, on their website, it's brown. So I was worried, I thought I've got the wrong gelatin, but I think I'm okay. Right, so we just wait for all that water to soak into the gelatin. Okay, so now I need to put 4 cups of sugar into the pan and 6 cups of water. And because I listened, in my last video when I did the American sweet tea, I found out that a liquid cup is completely different to a solid cup. So one of these is not a liquid cup measurement. For some reason, I don't know why they make things so confusing. Why can't a cup just be a cup? Why do there have to be 2 kinds of cup? So I've worked it out in milliliters and everything. It's great. So 4 cups of water. And 4 cups of sugar even. 1, 2. I feel like I shouldn't have doubled the recipe. I don't think I needed to. 3, 4. Okay, and then the water, so I need 1,422 milliliters of water. I definitely didn't need this much. I don't know why I thought I needed this much. And then also I need to add 2 teaspoons of citric acid to this. 1, 2. And then heat it up, but don't let it reach boiling point. Okay, that's fine, I can do that. Okay, so I think it's time to take this off the heat now. Everything's dissolved, it's completely clear, and it says, remove from heat when you notice vapor appearing above the water. I feel like I'm there. I don't want to boil it because it told us not to. I can also smell burning, I don't know how. So my gelatin's completely solidified. It's just like a massive brown blob. And I now add this into here and stir until it dissolves. Okay, well that's what I'll do. I think my pan was just big enough for this. I've made far too much, I really have. Stir until it dissolves completely and there are no clumps left. It's also kind of weird because on the website it says let it cool in the pan for 1 to 2 hours at room temperature until it becomes clear and the foam disappears from the surface. But my foam's already disappeared and it's already clear and it's not particularly hot anyway, and I don't want to let it cool in the pan because I'm worried that it'll just set in the pan and then I'll just have a big pan of gelatin cake, and that's not what I want. So I don't think I'm going to listen to them. And the only reason I'm not going to listen to them is because I've got a couple of other steps that I want to do, because I want to make different batches, because I want to flavour each batch a different flavour, and I think doing all of that is going to cool the mixture down anyway, and I just don't want it to set on us. So I think it's okay. I think that's me using logic. I think any professional baker would agree with my decision. So I decided that I want to make 2 flat disc-shaped cakes, and I'm also going to do 4 like ovally shaped cakes, and I'm just using a bauble mold. I wasn't going to buy a specific mold when I had these available because they're just the same thing. And because I'm making 6 different cakes, I've got 6 different food flavours. So I've got apple tart tatin, lemon lemon meringue pie, jam roly-poly, treacle tart, tiramisu, and apple and blackberry crumble. Because obviously I want these to taste nice, I want them to look good, but I am going to be eating them, so I want to enjoy them. So what I'm going to do is just pour a bit of the mixture out of this pan and flavour it, and then pour it into a mould. I feel like with baking you have to be really prepared and have everything ready, and I just don't. I'll do it on my baking tray, because otherwise I'm going to have to lift the moulds with the stuff in onto the tray, and then it'll just spill everywhere. I know it will. Oh yeah, that looks professional, doesn't it? Okay, now flavour this one with tiramisu. You don't want to be too crazy with flavours, do you? Because they can be quite overpowering. I'll just add... Oh, I don't know how many drops that was. It came out really quick. See if I can smell it. If I can smell it, then I know I'll be able to taste it. Yep, I can smell that. Smells like tiramisu. If everyone can remember which flavour is which, because I'm never going to remember. So the yellow one's tiramisu. I don't want to fill it all the way to the top because I've got different ideas for these ones. I'm not going to inject them. Okay, great. We're off to a good start. And I'll flavour this one treacle tart. It smells so bad. We're going to make the pink one treacle tart. We'll try some apple and blackberry crumble. These all smell absolutely disgusting. I hope they taste better than they smell. That smells vile. We'll start working on these dome ones now. Bit of jam roly-poly, why not? Oh. These... honestly, knocked us sick. That smells horrible. Is this food flavouring? It says Cupcake World, so I'm assuming it's edible. Ah, it's absolutely vile. This one's going to be apple tart tatin. And I've decided I'm just not even going to smell them anymore because they all just smell absolutely vile. And for the final one, we're going to go for lemon meringue pie. I've got my collection of gelatin cakes here, ready to go in the fridge. They're not as clear as I thought they were going to be. They've still got a tinge of brown, but I'm hoping that'll just disappear eventually. I have got the task, of course, of taking this downstairs and putting it in the fridge, which I think's it's just going to go badly. But I'm going to do that, and I think they're going to take a few hours to set. They might possibly take overnight to set. So I'll either see you later today, and we can move on to the next step. I'll see you tomorrow, and we can move on to the next step. Okay, so it's about 6 hours later, and my gelatin moulds are fully set, I hope. Yep, looking pretty set to me. Right, so the fun part, the fun creative art part. So I've already whipped up a brand new batch of the gelatin mixture. Just exactly the same process as I did last time. Apart from I didn't double the recipe this time. But I want to split this into 6 different batches because I want to obviously colour them and make some colourful gelatin. I just hope this liquid isn't still hot, otherwise it's going to melt these cups, isn't it? For some reason I keep smelling burning in the studio, and it's quite worrying. Nothing is on fire. Okay, so I've got 6 cups of mixture. Unfortunately, I am gonna flavour them again. I don't know why. I'll flavour them afterwards, actually. So colours, I'll go for an orange, pink, a red, a blue, a green, oh, and yellow. Okay, and just add a crap load of food colour into all of these. Doesn't this look healthy? I keep forgetting that I do have to actually eat these later on, and I know they're going to taste very questionable. These 2 colours look exactly the same. I'm going to have to change it. I'm going to add a bit of purple to one of them. I don't want it to look too samey. And add some flavours to it as well. Oh. We'll go for treacle tart for this one. I'm not smelling them. I am definitely not smelling them. Jam roly-poly. I can smell it. I can smell it. Apple blackcurrant crumble. Lemon meringue. Apple tart tatin. Ugh. Did I use tiramisu? I don't know whether I did. This one's tiramisu now as well. Oh, they absolutely hum. I feel like a proper little chef, me. Okay, so I bought this little tool online, and it's a syringe with some different shaped blades. And basically you inject the coloured gelatin into this gelatin, and then it forms kind of like flowers and shapes and different cool art designs. Well, that's what's supposed to happen. I don't know whether mine are going to look like that. We'll soon see. Like, they look amazing. I don't think I'm going to get the same results as that. I'm not even going to say that that that's my objective because I will let myself down. I think I'll start with like a nice leafy shape. Oh, I feel so nervous. I feel really nervous about this. I might try and make these ones look quite identical, but maybe make different coloured flowers. Okay, let's just try it. So these are going to be leaves. This is so hard to do. Mine's not going to look anything like theirs. My food colouring's too weak. It's going to look awful. I'm going to have to add more food colouring. Like you can just barely see anything. So the food colouring definitely needs to be more concentrated. I thought I put loads in as well. Thing is, I haven't got that much food colouring, so it's going to have to do. That yellow one's going to have to be green now. I'm so hot. It is absolutely boiling in here. Okay, we'll see if that helps things. I don't know whether it's going to. Let's try again. It doesn't look any better, guys. Maybe you just have to keep going with it. But I don't think this is going to look very good at all. I'm not sure what I've done wrong. But I know I've definitely done something wrong. Whenever people make things, they always make it look so easy. And then the reality of just trying it yourself, it's just a mess, isn't it? I think this is the only flower one I'll try because I'm not having any luck. I think I'll go for abstract. Just abstract somethings on the other ones. As you can see, it's not going well. Okay, well that's supposed to be a flower. Just try lines on this one. I think lines will be easier. This is a really hard technique. The thing is, the camera should really be up close. Actually, I don't want the camera up close because then you'll see how bad it's going. Flowers are definitely just out the window. Oh, that one looks a bit better actually. All I'll say is if you're going to try this at home, it's not beginner friendly. It's really hard. All right, that's another one done. It might be like a technique where you have to wait till the very end for it to look good, and in the beginning it just looks really bad. We'll soon find out, won't we? Okay, so one of them I wanted to do a stripy kind of design. All right. Ugh. This one's gonna be a painter's gelatin cake. It could look quite cool. It might look like a stained glass window. We'll call that one the stained glass window. I've just looked at them from below and they don't look good. All right, well, I'm gonna carry on. This one I'm gonna do a polka dot pattern. Oh, this could look interesting. This one might be the most successful one yet. Okay, so to evaluate on that experience, it didn't go well. I think maybe you need some more opaque food dye, and mine's quite translucent. You know what, we're not going to judge yet. We're going to wait till they're fully set. So I'll meet you back tomorrow, and then we can be super critical if we need to be critical. But at the moment, as it stands, I'm not confident, and I'm not happy. Okay, so it's the next day, and all of my gelatin cakes have set, so that's a plus in this entire situation. The polka dot one, all the polka dots just merged into one, and I added some more gelatin on the top of these ones, just so that it wasn't weird and patchy like it was before. But I think we'll take them out of the mold, see what they look like, and have a little taste test as well. They surprisingly don't smell bad now. They actually smell quite nice. Let's see what this one, I can't even remember which one's which anymore, or what design I was going for. How do you even get them out? Ah, here we go. Here we go. Oh. What is that? I think that might be the flower one. As you can see, doesn't look like a flower at all. Okay, let's give it a taste, see what it's like. The thing is, this is basically just like animal bone cake. It's pretty disgusting. It doesn't taste awful, actually. It doesn't taste bad. I don't want to finish it. It's definitely not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It tastes edible. I can taste the coffee flavour, the tiramisu. It's not bad. I'm not sure what design this one was. It just looks like solid purple. It just looks like absolutely nothing. It's just a solid coloured blob. I'm only going to go for a little bit of this one. It tastes basically the same as the last one. It just tastes like sugar with a little bit of flavour. Weirdly, I'm getting coffee again. I'm not finishing it. I don't want to. I don't want to eat the entire thing. Let's move on to this one. See what this one looks like. Okay, this one didn't come out the mold very well. It again looks like absolutely nothing. It's just a solid blob. Mmm. Yep. Tastes the same. I don't think people make these to like eat. I think they're more decorative. I hope so anyway. Right, this one you can actually see through. Again, there's no design at all in it. Again, it's just another solid blob of colour. There's just not even a single bit of design. I don't know where it all went. There wasn't any to begin with anyway. Considering them flavours smelt so bad, they actually don't taste too bad. Time for the big cakes. So I think this is the kind of watercolour stained glass, whatever it was I did. It should come out the mould easier. Or maybe it won't. Oh, what happened? Kinda looks like an island or something. There's just nothing to it. I suppose that gives you a better idea of what it kind of looks like. It's just a mess. What am I talking about? Do I have to try this one? Because it's going to taste the same as all the others. Yep, it's a bit stronger, that one. It's not nice. Right, and this is the one where I feel like it's been the most successful. They don't like coming out of these molds. Okay, so that one just didn't come out very well, did it? Didn't look good anyway. I'll have a little taste of this one, I may as well. They're not good. You wouldn't want to eat them. If you got served them, you would just throw it away. But if you were starving, you'd probably eat it. So I think that pretty much does it for today's video. All that effort for absolutely nothing. I have no idea where I went wrong with this one. It was something to do with that second step. The first step I did very well. The second step I didn't do very well at all. But if you want to let me know what happened and what went wrong, then feel free to give your advice in the comments. I think this is like my 4th bacon video this year, or bacon or cooking video this year, and I don't think any one of them's gone well. I think every single one has gone really bad. Maybe it's a sign I should just stop baking. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video for whatever reason, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Okay, well I'm gonna go, I'm gonna throw all this gelatin crap away, and I'll see you next week for a brand new video.